Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and I want to show you how to make the Boho Gemstone Bracelet set, which is an exclusive kit from Beadaholique.com. This is a kit that was designed by one of our designers, Carlin, and it's a really nice, on-trend, easy-to-wear bracelet set. You're going to be able to make 3 complete bracelets. You can keep them for yourself or give them as a gift, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So when you purchase this kit, you're going to get everything you need to make all 3 bracelets. That includes all the items you see pictured here. You're going to get the Beadalon thread. You're actually going to get a 5-meter spool. So this is a nice stretch fiber. See, it's got a lot of nice stretch to it. It also knots really easily, and that's why we love Beadalon, so we're including that with your kit. You're going to get a tube of E6000 glue, a whole tube of seed beads, so you'll have extra of these as well, a feather charm, 2 open jump rings, some turquoise beads, some brown wood oval beads, some brown round wood beads, and then these great little ones which are like little slices. So you're going to get all these different beads and you're going to be able to make these 3 bracelets. In terms of the tools you're going to need for this kit, you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a couple pairs of chain nose pliers for those jump rings, a pair of scissors to cut your stretch cord, something to apply your glue with. I just have some toothpicks, and then something to place your glue on. I just have a pad of Post-its here. I'm going to show you how to make these pictured here, but definitely feel free to come up with your own designs, add the beads in any combination that you want, put the feather wherever you want it. Really have fun with this kit. But I am going to show you how to do the exact styles shown here. So to start, we're going to cut 3 lengths of the stretch fiber, 18 inches long each. And I don't mean 18 inches stretched, just when it's flat. So just lay it against your ruler. This is more than enough, but I always like to have a little too much than not enough. And you are getting a 5-meter spool in with your kit. So let's start with the easiest bracelet first, which is the one with the brown oval beads. I'm done with my ruler, so I'm just going to put it away. I'm just going to grab all these beads, bring them down, and we are going to slide them onto your stretch fiber. Because we cut extra length here, I'm not too worried about them falling off. So another advantage of cutting a little bit more stretch cord than you need. So all of my brown beads are on. I'm going to scoot them to the middle of my stretch cord. And now we're just going to take both ends. We're just going to tie a simple overhand knot. Now to reinforce our knot, we want to use some glue, and we're going to use E6000. In with your kit, you're getting a brand new tube, and you'll see on the reverse side of the screw cap, there is a little pointed spike, and what you just do is you take that, you flip it over, and you push down, and that actually punctures the seal for you. Just put a little bit of glue out on a scrap piece of paper or Post-it. And now we're just going to place some glue over our knot. Now I'm just going to go back and tie another knot so that it seeps down into the glue. Now let that dry and put that off to the side while I go on to my next bracelet. So the next one I want to do is this one here. And we already cut ourselves a length of stretch cord. So now we're going to also just pour out some of our seed beads. There you go. And you're going to have a lot of these guys left over. All right, so we're just going to do what we did with the other one. So we're just doing a gold bead, a wood bead, a gold bead, and then a gemstone bead. And we're just going to repeat. So keep doing this until you have strung your desired number of beads. What you can do is after you've strung a number of these, you can try it around your wrist if you're making it for yourself, or you can just string all of the beads that are supplied in the kit, because stretch bracelets don't have to fit too perfectly. You have a little bit of leeway. They can be a little looser, and of course they are stretched so that they can fit a lot of different people's wrists. So basically make it as long as you want, and then we're going to knot it the same way we knotted the other one. So I'm just going to keep stringing here. 12 of my brown wood beads and 12 of my turquoise beads. Make sure you leave enough turquoise beads for your next bracelet, so do keep that in mind. Our last bead. So just before you tie this off, make sure that you've got the right placement here, where we're going to continue to go wood bead, gold bead, turquoise, gold bead, wood bead. So just make sure that you've got, like for instance, that gold bead in place there. And we're going to tie it off the same way. So I'm going to scoot it down so it's about the midway point of our elastic cord. I'm going to tie a knot. And again, I'm going to squeeze out now some new E6000 because it does dry rather quickly. And I'm going to put some glue onto that knot. You can see I'm stretching the cord a little bit to expose that knot. I'm getting a little bit of glue on my beads. I'm really not very concerned about that. Actually, it'll probably secure my knot even more so. There we go. I'm just going to do one more. Pull it. And we're going to set that aside to dry as well. And we're going to go on to our third and final bracelet. So in this one, you'll see we have a pattern of 5 wood beads, a gold bead, turquoise, gold bead, and another 5 wood beads. So I'm going to grab the wood beads and our remaining turquoise. And I'm going to start to repeat this pattern. So I'm going to start with a gold bead. And you don't need a needle for this project. The stretch cord does go through the holes of the beads just fine. And now we're going to do 5 of the wood beads. I love it how these wood beads are not exactly uniform. I mean, they're pretty close, but they have a little bit of variation to them in terms of their width and also their color, which I think gives it that great boho look. Okay, so I've got 5 on there. So I'll add another gold bead and another turquoise. And another gold. And then 5 more of the wood. And I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern until I end up with 7 sections of these 5 segments of wood beads with a turquoise bead and the 2 gold beads between them. All right, all my beads are strung. Again, we're going to do the same thing we did with the other bracelets. We're going to tie that overhand knot. Put down a little bit of glue. There we go. And just tie another knot into the glue. And set aside to let dry. So at this point, I'm going to come back to my original bracelet. I'm going to show you a little tip for, again, just reinforcing what you're doing here. So have that knot. And what you can do is you can actually take your tail end of your opalon and you can thread it back through your bead so it comes out the other end. Now in some cases the glue might be actually stuck to your bead, and that's totally fine. At that point you can just trim your tail. If it works that you can do this, great. If not, you're going to be fine. I just always like to reinforce knots when possible. So at this point I'm just going to take my tail, put it under the thread bridge of the opalon and pull it through the little loop I just made and tie another knot. I'm going to put a little bit more glue down there. really, I don't mind if glue ends up in the hole of my beads and it ends up sticking to the opalon. That is totally fine. Okay, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with all of my tails. You might end up where it's a little hard to get it through the gemstone bead. If you can't, not a big deal, just trim your tail. I'll show you how to trim your tail on this one that I'm not going to thread back through. You just take your scissors and just up close to it, because you did add glue to reinforce it. You're just going to trim it. With your scissors. And you're really not going to see that knot. Then with this one, when it's all dry, I'm just going to trim it right now so you can see. You're just going to trim it up close, and it's probably just going to disappear into the bead hole. So I'm going to go do that for all my bracelets, and then when I come back, I'm going to show you how to attach the feather. My 3 bracelets are done, and now I just need to attach the feather charm. So in our sample, we attached it to the dark brown oval wood bead bracelet. You can attach it to any bracelet you want. I actually like attaching to this one because it's a little plainer, and it will add a little bit of that gold accent, which is present in these other 2 bracelets and not in this one. So it does tie the set together, but do feel free to put it wherever you want. And the kit comes with 2 open jump rings to help you do this. And we have them as open jump rings so that you could put them on any bracelet you want after you're done. And as long as you close them really good, they're gonna stay on the bracelet. So we're gonna start by just putting 1 jump ring on, and you could see I had grabbed both sides and I just twisted the jump ring open. And now I'm just twisting it closed. Take your second jump ring. Again, grab it on each side. I have the little slit opening up at the top. Twist open. We're going to grab our feather charm, and we are just going to find a place on the bracelet. We're going to expose the stretch fiber and close it. And just make sure you close this one really good so there's not a gap. And there you go. You've attached your charm. And again, this is the Boho Gemstone Bracelet Set, which is an exclusive kit from Beadaholique.com, and you can find it and other kits at Beadaholique.com.